Hello YouTube fam. Today we're playing Arcade Bombardment, burn style. This deck aims to burn the opponent out with cards like Play with Fire, Lightning Strike, Call in the Professional, along with things that benefit, creatures mostly that benefit from these instances of sorceries like Thermal Alchemist and Kessig Flame Breather. The big score and Fable the Breakers have two roles. The first role being they're just good cards, and the second role that they help ramp us to Arcane Bombardment, which would otherwise be really hard to get to. 6 mana is a pretty hefty price to pay when everything else in our deck is more or less 3 mana or less. Let's see if Mono Red Bombardment can climb the ladder in Best of 1 Dominaria United Standard. Alright everybody, we're here, and looks like we have a solid hand here. 3 lands, Fable the Mirror Breaker. How much better could it get? Let's go for it. Definitely going to start with a mountain. Keep this so Ken's in as long as possible in case that we do have a case where we flood and we can play the Crucible for its channel cost. Pass the turn here, see what our opponent does. Static Infantry. We could thrill a possibility here, but I think I'm just going to Lightning Strike the Infantry, since we have a pretty good play lined up next turn in the Fable. Opponent's definitely solidly red-black with a Liliana. Okay. We can use that Play with Fire to hit the Liliana. So I think we're going to get rid of the Jaya and the Thrill of possibility here. And yeah, we're going to just kill this Liliana now. Play the Thermal Alchemist. And next turn the plan is to big score whatever we draw. Keep it down Bombardment, cast a Bombardment the next turn. Lightning Strike for our Alchemist, okay. Just going to pass the turn. Another removal spell for the Kiki-Jiki, okay. So use the Liliana and the Lightning Strike to get rid of the Kiki-Jiki. Reflection and all that. Really trying to avoid an Invoke Despair from our opponent that would really get our enchantment. I think we should be able to avoid that. They exiled or fabled from the graveyard. And our Jaya, okay. They definitely don't know we're playing Arcade Bombardment because those are not good names with Arcade Bombardment. Alright. Just casting it, and we're not going to play any more lands in case we call in a professional and this big score gets what we need. Oof. That is a good draw against what we got going on here, because we could potentially draw a lot of cards with a big score. Yep, definitely going to draw here. Shield Root on the stack and let that resolve. Yeah, I think we have to kill this Sheldred. Yep. And Lightning Strike the Sheldred again. That is very nice. Again, we're going to keep this mountain. Then we're going to Lightning Strike on their turn so we can get the Arcane Bombardment again. Alrighty, we're doing things with the Arcane Bombardment. Thrill of Possibility is a good draw there, especially at instant speed. And we definitely want to cast it now, so that way if we draw Play with Fire or something of that ilk, we can cast it. Not a good draw there. Need to draw an instant or sorcery spell to keep the cards flowing. Doesn't matter. Our opponents had enough. Ooh, good first start with the Arcade Bombardment. On to the next one. Alright, our opponent kept a 7-card hand. I think we're going to do the same. Debating if we're going to play the Thrill Possibility or the Thermal Alchemist on turn 2. Definitely going to wait on the Shivan Devastator until we have some more mana. Shivan Devastator is definitely an interesting include. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to include another instant or sorcery, maybe 2 more Thrill Possibility light cards, maybe like a Reckless Impulse, something of that nature. But we included the Devastator, so we'll see how that works out long term. Definitely going to lead on the Alchemist here. We have the lands for the big score. So we want to go turn 4, big score, and then we want to have something else to cast with this Bombardment. So probably going to keep this Thrill of Possibility when that happens. And with that being said, it means I think we're going to just lead on this Shivan Devastator here. Just get in for 2 in the air. Ping with a Thermal Alchemist. So yes, next turn, we don't want to get our big score countered. That's the big goal. Definitely blocking. We're blocking every day here. 1 damage comes our way. Another land, okay. Attacking with the Devastator again. Wandering Emperor. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. Minusing on our Devastator. And I think we're going to take this turn right now to cast this big score. Get our mana and whatnot for next turn. For when we cast the Arcade Bombardment. Play with Fire would be a good draw if they tapped out. Or we could play Arcane Bombardment plus Play with Fire and exile this big score and start looping that way. And we're blocking all day again on the Spirited Companion. If our opponent wants to spend mana to go to the Thermal Alchemist, we're happy for that, so we can land this Bombardment next turn. Oof. Borrowed Time, not something you want to see against your Arcade Bombardment deck. And they have blue mana left open. This might be a tough one here. Might be a tough matchup. Really need to stick this Arcade Bombardment next turn. They could definitely have a make disappear here. But we're running it out there. Make disappear here is... Oh, okay, we got it through. Let's see if they have a Leyline Binding for Arcade Bombardment. Yikes! Man, they have the answers. Invoke Despair, Exile-based removal. Both things that you don't want to see for the Arcane Bombardment deck. Zur, okay. Probably going to need to top deck another Bombardment here to have a chance. And they're going to need them to not have another Binding or Borrowed Time for it. Ooh, Play with Fire would have been so good too. Casting the Flame Breather, and I think we're going to dump our hand for the most part. Definitely want to scry with this Play with Fire, I think. Pretty far away from it, killing them with straight up damage, so I think we need to find a Bombardment as soon as possible. And that means scrying with the Play with Fire. Oof. Man, Zur really going to work here. think we need to preserve our life total here, so we're going to block. And also in response, cast Thrill. Counter here would be tough. Okay, call on a professional. That's a... Oof. If we can chain enough of these together, it might work. It's a good draw, actually. Because it's another avenue to win. Drawing a bunch of those in a row. With the second Kessig Flame Breather. Really going to need them to not have counter spells here. Not really anything too powerful. Even if they just have what they have on the board, it's going to be really hard to beat. And I'm sure they have more in hand. It's a lot of damage on the other side. And yep, Mountain is not going to do it. Good game. Alrighty, a 4-land hand with nothing to do until turn 4. Don't think we can keep that. Gonna keep this hand though. I think this Devastator is not going to do enough for us. Could have put down the Bombardment here and really tried to burn them out. Maybe that was the right call. We'll see. Well, we got another Devastator. Gonna need to draw lands for a few times in a row. Smoldering Egg, huh? Scare our opponent into blocking. Or not blocking. We've got to pass. I need to leverage our cards as best as possible here. Gonna need to start drawing lands though. Electric Revelation. It's definitely a card I considered having in our deck. Very similar to Big Score and Tormenting Voice. See if our opponent blocks this time. They do not. Could definitely just play this Revelation next turn and flip. Ooh, Maniform Hellkite. That's a good card. Okay, let's see what we can do against that. A land was good. Yeah, we're all in the big score here. Might not be fast enough since we missed that land. Oof, and a big creature on the other end too. Yikes. No blocks here. Down to 7. I don't think we can do anything about that Maniform Hellkite, so it's not looking too good for us here. Let's see. Call in a professional. Lightning Strike. Not enough. GG's. Alrighty, this looks like a good hand. Let's keep going first. Is big. Gonna need to draw at least one land to get to Fable on 3, but if we can get there, the hand's looking pretty good. Playing against Grimgrom. Nice little cute little dragon. Kind of goes with our Shivan Devastator here. Kind of looks similar. Land there was a nice draw. Play this Flame Breather and pass. Attack with Flame Breather. Gonna get this Fable. I'll move on. Get those treasures working. Wedding announcement. Okay, nothing that can block my 2/2 yet. I like my hand, honestly. We're gonna keep the hand. Yeah. Definitely gonna keep that hand. What's nice here is that the Devastator is basically calling the professional that attacks next turn. It's pretty good, I'm not going to lie. A lot of pressure on our opponent here to have a sweeper or something of that ilk. They see the Fable coming off next turn. A land here for Bombardment would be nice. Oh, they do have a sweeper. Nice, okay. Wedding announcement sweeper deck. One of those, okay. Passing the turn, passing the turn. A land there would have been a great draw for the Bombardment. Now our opponent's looking good after they populate, though. Sarah Redeemer, okay. Flipping the creatures here. Man, their board is getting wide. Still yet to draw the land. Definitely going to copy this Thermal Alchemist and block. Wow, whew, that's a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure. Blocking here, blocking here. We're also going to activate our Thermal Alchemist. Gonna pass. Gonna slam this Bombardment, and we are going to hope next turn that we're still alive. Gonna want to draw a spell that we can cast with the Bombardment for cheap. Really, we have to live 2 more turns for this to be effective. I think we're just gonna block the Alchemist in the 2/2 this turn. Take all the other damage. Need to maximize your time with this Bombardment. Man, missing that land drop for the Bombardment was quite costly here. It's probably going to kill us in the end. Maybe a Wandering Emperor here from the opponent. Yep. Definitely a Wandering Emperor here. Not looking good. It's not looking like we're going to be able to put together the requisite damage to kill our opponent. They have 6 in the air next turn. They can plus the Wandering Emperor to make it 7 in the air. Oh, and they have the Destroy Evil too. Wow, they came prepared for us. GG's. Alright, we're going first. Looks like a good hand. Need to draw a land for the Fable, but other than that, looks good. Mountain go. See what our opponent's on. Blue mana pass. Okay. Blue mana pass. Could be the mono blue deck. Gonna cast this Lightning Strike because we were planning on top decking a land this turn because we're good at the game. Yeah, gonna play the Fable. Probably gets countered. Did not get countered here. Wow. Not sure what opponent has in their hand. It's not an Impulse or something of that ilk. Storm Chaser Drake, okay. Discard up to 2 cards. Well, we do kind of want to get cards in the graveyard. Get rid of these Calling the Professionals. Definitely going to kill the Storm Chaser Drake while we have the chance here. I'm going to probably cast the big score too. Yeah, I think we're going to cast this big score on this Play with Fire. Okay, so if they tapped out here, we could get the Bombardment down. That would be big. But we don't even need to. GG. On the draw 1 lander, I think we have to mulligan this. That's a keep. I think we're gonna bin this. Calling a professional. Okay, drew a land, not bad. Let's see what opponent's on. Let's over the plains. This is a mono white, no, it's green white. Gavany Trapper, okay. Not too worried about Gavany Trapper. So we're gonna cast this Kessig Flame Breather on our turn here. See what they have. They had some sort of priority stick there, so I don't know if they have a 1-mana green protection spell or what they have. Could definitely be the case. Let's see how they play out their turn. Looks like they're gonna pass it. Drew the Bombardment, which was nice. Yeah, we're gonna just pass the turn. We're trying to get to this Bombardment, and to do that, we're gonna cast this Thrill of Possibility. Are they tapping the Flame Breather? Okay. That's fine. Let's see what else they're doing. 3/1/1 white soldier creature tokens, okay. Get rid of the Devastator. Drew a Fable, okay. Probably gonna kill this Gavany Trapper right now. Just so we can start blocking these things. Definitely want to cast this Fable so we can get to this Bombardment next turn. The plan is to use the Fable to discard things to draw a land and also get a treasure off of the Shaman here to cast the Bombardment. Soldier's getting +1/+1. Okay. Yep. Thick soldiers there for sure. Yeah, I think we're just casting Bombardment and hoping we live a turn. Yeah, let's see if we live. This veteran's definitely going to dump some damage into us, but with the Lightning Strike next turn, maybe we exile this Thrill. I think we're going to big score on our turn. Oof. Yikes. They still might have that protection spell they've had for that we surmised they had for a while. I could use it here. Decide not to. Probably gonna use it to keep that veteran alive, if I had to guess. I want to keep the Lightning Strike, so I'm discarding the Mountain. Let's see what we hit off the Arcane Bombardment. Hopefully it's something good. Probably need a 1 and 3 this Play with Fire to have a chance to win this game. Thrill of Possibilities, we'll still cast it. Need raw cards right here. Probably needs to be another Play with Fire or something. Lightning Strike's not bad. Big score, the tokens here. Alright, got a call on a professional. Got a big score in the yard and a lightning strike. Alright, let's see it here. We're definitely blocking. Definitely gonna have to cast a lightning strike on their turn. Assuming they're attacking with all. Might that have been the spell they were holding? We're gonna find out. Casting the lightning strike here. Oh, nice. Let's see what we draw. Fable, Mirror Breaker. See if the lightning strike resolves. It does. That was big. We got rid of their big pump anthem kind of thing, and also negated their thing there. Our opponent's dead. All right, calling up professional time. That's the power of Arcane Bombardment. Oof, filthy. Just look at all this burn. Cast Flame Breather on the battlefield too. Yikes. Xaxes. Well, actually, we have the call on professional too. Whew. That is some burn. We had the call on professional on their turn too. Wow. That's Arcane Bombardment at its finest, folks. Alright, and we're back with Bombardment Burn. And wow, this deck is something. I mean, if you saw that last game, you could just see how Arcane Bombardment can just pull you out of situations but seem unwinnable. I mean, we slammed it on turn 5 to basically have a chance to get back on that game because we're so far behind on the board. We don't have the sweepers or anything in this deck. Maybe we should. Maybe there should be a burn down the house or something to that effect here. But just copying the lightning strikes and the play with fires and the call in professionals and the thrill possibilities in our graveyard, it's just give us an overwhelming amount of burn in order to finish our opponent without having to go through their creatures, which was very fantastic. This deck is great. I mean, it's pretty low on rares. You do have to have Fable of the Mirror Breaker and Arcane Bombardment. I think those are pretty crucial to the core of the deck. I think Shivan Devastator can definitely be a different card along with this Jaya. So it could be something like a Reckless Impulse. It could be I couldn't really find too much other good burn in the format, so I don't really think there's a good burn substitute here, but it could certainly be a removal spell, like a 3-mana deal 5 to a creature kind of thing. But yeah, overall, I would definitely advise y'all play this deck if you're trying to rank up in Dominaria United Standard. Well, that's all for today, folks. I just want you to remember, wherever you are, have a magical day.